just another quick video. Well, actually it might not be that quick because it's such a big subject and it always creates such a big discussion. Today we're talking about evil spirits, attachments, and spirits getting stuck between worlds. So basically, I'm not here to change your beliefs because I know everyone's had their different experiences and everyone has their different beliefs, but I just wanted to maybe put a bit of logic to the spirit world and how it works and the difference between energy and spirit and the difference between a ghost and a spirit, because I feel if you can understand the difference between these, it makes it more logical. And I've been doing this working with spirit probably ever since I was 16, and I've never ever believed in the bad spirits, and I work with the light. And I remember going to circles and things where we'd have to protect ourselves and sage ourselves because something was going to get us, and I never resonated with it, because to me spirit was love, and why would I want to do something that was going to harm me? And I just had never experienced something like that. So, and also it's not just my belief, this is the teaching I've had from my mentors and my tutors. It's the teaching of the Arthur Finlay College as well. For anyone that's done any classes or work with them, you'll know that that's the train of thought that they have on this subject as well. So like I said, just keep an open mind. But what I really wanted to do was and the purposes of this video is to, if you do have a bit of fear around evil spirits or bad spirits, I just want you to just stop and just have a think about what are you afraid of, because I don't want it to stop your development, because the fear can stop us from progressing forward. And if that fear is about a spirit's going to get you, I want to help you unfold that as well, so you can move forward. And recently I was on a retreat with a 5-day retreat with Chris Drew, and this subject often comes up, but and also in his words, that if there was anything bad, then give it up now, because why would we want to do this if it was going to be harmful to us or our family or our lives? And he's been doing it probably for over 30 years and nothing's ever got him and nothing's ever got me. And all these retreats that I go on for weeks at a time, not one session do we ever sit and protect ourselves. And we're talking about probably 18 mediums in the room working from 9 in the morning to 9 at night with spirit, and we're not protecting ourselves. So why haven't they got us? So this is that logical thing I just wanted to bring forward, that no one's ever got murdered by a spirit, or that the spiritual belief of all that is, I call it the great spirit, the divine God, whatever you like to call it, but that God, that divine spirit is perfect. It's pure love, just like spirit, that it's love. And for someone to get stuck, or for something to happen to us, it's saying that God is not perfect. It's saying that God left someone behind. And you'll hear in those spiritual circles, and you may have even said it yourself, we're all one. We all come from that one divine source. So if we're all one, like the palm of my hand here, and we're all children of this one, we're all children of God, how could we get stuck? How could someone be left behind if we're still attached? It doesn't make logical sense. So and also the difference between like energy and spirit. So there's a big difference. So every day you'll be working or seeing and feeling, especially as intuitives and empaths, you're picking up energy. And of course there's different types of energy, and that's where you have the positive and negative type energy. And then there's spirit people. And there's a big difference between the two, because spirit is love and energy has different sides to it. So, and with the energy, you're giving and taking, and you might have heard about psychic energy, or people that can bend spoons with their mind and their focus and their concentration, and that's how powerful energy is. And a lot of these evil spirits or earthbound spirits, and it's just all this fear. It's all this fear building up and up and up, and it creates that psychic energy, and things around you start happening. So I'm not saying they're not happening, but the difference is it's energy, it's not spirit. And poor spirit get blamed for so much, and I often feel sorry for them, because we need to know where the line is between the energy, the psychic energy, and spirit, and all that is. And if something's happening around the home, there's usually a logical explanation. Hormones or adolescence or whatever's happening in your life, it all builds up energy. And when that energy is projected, things start to happen, and it's that roll-on effect. And sometimes the fear can build and build and build, and if that seed is being planted, that it could be a negative energy or a negative entity, it just gets bigger and bigger, and it just gets blown out of proportion. So although you may be experiencing stuff, you've created your own reality around the energy. So I'm not saying it's not happening, it's happening through the energy that you're creating around yourself. In spiritualism, you may have heard of the 7 principles. I think it's the 5th principle, talks about personal responsibility, and we're all responsible for our own energy and what we let in and what we let out, and we're responsible for our own actions as well. So in the spirit world, there's truly nothing to fear. There's more fear around humans. Like, humans can do more harm than the spirit world. And talking again about someone getting stuck. Because I've had people come to me for a reading saying that a medium told me that their child or their husband or their loved one is stuck between worlds, and it truly breaks my heart that they've had to go through that, and someone has been misled them to say that their loved one is stuck. It's just horrible. So even if that is your belief, please don't tell anyone that their loved one is stuck, because it's hard for them to get over that. That they've lost their loved one, and now they're thinking that their loved one's stuck between 2 worlds. And like I said, they can't get stuck. It's like your cousin Eric passing away from a drug overdose, and his parents are in spirit, and he's stuck here, and his parents are saying, I wonder when Eric's going to come, or hopefully there'll be a medium coming along soon that can send Eric to the light. How long are his parents going to wait watching him? And for that right medium who believes in having to cross over, the intelligence of the spirit world just would not let that happen. And to think us as a human have the power to help someone cross over, and the spirit world hasn't, it doesn't make logical sense to know that all that is. And we always say the intelligence of the spirit world, it's so powerful, and it amazes me every day. If they've got such higher intelligence, why would someone be stuck? Why would they need a human here on earth to cross them over when all their loved ones are waiting for them? And everyone, when they pass, they know they've passed because their loved ones are there. And if someone comes to me for a reading and they're in their room, every loved one and every person that they've crossed paths or touched their lives in some way are in the room. They're always there. They're always around us. So when we cross over, it's like to them a baby being born. They know if someone's going to pass. They know when. The intelligence of that spirit world, they're not going to leave someone hanging around stuck between worlds or left behind. So I just want to put a different perspective on that as well. And it's also the same thing with ghosts and spirits. There's a big difference there. So if you're going to these haunted houses or jails where they say, that there's ghosts here, well, there might be an image, but it's not a spirit person. There's no intelligence behind that ghost. It's residual energy. You might hear them say, oh, they walk across the courtyard at a certain time of night and walk back. They don't go anywhere else because that energy is just playing out. It's like on a loop. It's like a movie. It just keeps playing out, and you can't have a conversation with that energy. That's a ghost. That's all it is that residual energy left behind. Like everything holds energy. Objects hold energy. The walls hold energy, and that's what a ghost is. It's not the spirit person. It isn't there. So this is the thing. These big Hollywood movies, and it's all this fear-based thing about possessions and poltergeists, and it's just not. So I wouldn't be doing this work if I thought that something could attach to me, or and that's another thing. No one's attached. No one can get attached. No spirit wants to. Why would they want to attach to us when they've got this whole universal light to feed off, or whatever people think that attachment does? Why do they need us? And I know when I've done very profound readings that have, really been quite full on and touched me in some way, I can still feel that spirit person with me throughout the whole day. And it's not that they're attached. I keep taking my mind back because it was so powerful, and they touched me in some way, even though I didn't know them. So they're not attached to me. They're not following me home. They're not watching me in the shower. It's because I'm taking my mind back to the spirit world, because I'm enjoying that closeness I had with that spirit person. And when I take my mind back to my daily life, they're not there. But if I keep taking my mind back, of course they're going to be there, because I'm tuning in again. So they're not hanging around me. They're hanging around their loved ones. So these attachments that I just don't understand why they would want to attach to us. Again, it just doesn't make logical sense. And that intelligence of the spirit world, and you might have some activity around your house and things like that, but it's your loved ones. You're trying to get through. Hello, we're here. There's another world here. We're still around you. And it's when we get into this fear-based thing that other family members start feeding this fear base, and then suddenly you think you need your house cleared because there's all this stuff going on, and there's all this psychic energy and negative energy that we're projecting as humans, not a spirit. So like I said, it creates a massive discussion, this, and everyone's got their own beliefs because everyone's had their certain experiences as well. But truly, there's usually a logical explanation for every experience, and we don't have to blame spirit for them because they're love. The spirit world is love, and that's why I love working with them. I wouldn't want to work with them if anything was going to get me. I just wouldn't. I'd put it to bed. I wouldn't be working as a medium. They don't need our help. They've got God to help them, and so I just want you to not let the fear stop you moving forward. And remember, everything's about intent, and everything's about your personal responsibility, shining your light and pushing your light out to the world, and staying strong in that. So put any comments or questions you have below, and we can have a discussion, but let's not create a fear-based discussion, and let's keep it light. And that's what I do. I work with the light. Full stop. Their love. Don't go there. Don't let your mind go there, because if you're looking for it, of course we're going to find it if we're looking for it. But I look for love. I look for the spirit world. I embrace them. I ask them to come closer. If you're scared of them, you're pushing them away. So if you're stuck in your mediumship, that could be another reason. So just for something to ponder on. And I could go on and on and on and on and on, but I won't, because they're truly love, and they just want to communicate with us, and they don't drain us. We're getting energized by working with them. You know, we might get tired because we're using our central nervous system and, you know, our energy, but they're feeding us energy. They're not taking our energy or doing any harm. So, okay, until next time.